Big thanks to everybody that joined us on Talking Movies last Friday. It was a very good chat with our good friend Graham from Man We Film. This week's guest is going to be Eric from Asian Film Enthusiast, and we are going to talk about the films that have influenced us. So that is going to be Friday, the 24th of April, 8 PM, British Standard Time, or whether we call it GMT. You know the drill. Anyway, back to the review.
thatmovieguyUK.
Thank God for Curzon Home Cinema, because right now they are providing a lot of good foreign films that we, the British public, can enjoy online right now. And the next film I'd love to talk to you about is Who You Think I Am. And while I didn't really know much going into this film, what I'm about to talk about is going to be interesting, and that's why we're here. So let's get started. Who You Think I Am follows the story of Claire. She's a 50-year-old divorced teacher, and she creates a fake Facebook profile of a 24-year-old woman. She finds a photo of a pretty young brunette and uses it. She's created an entirely fictional character, but why? Who You Think I Am is a film that perfectly encapsulates the internet and how we use it and utilize it at times. We create worlds for ourselves. We create new characters for ourselves. We create an identity that we perceived to be the correct one for who we are. And while I do find this form of fantasy to be a bit deranged, what we get from this film is an understanding of why Claire's doing this. There is no way to empathize, but what we see through the lens of the film is why Claire's doing it and her understanding. And there is a lot of pain in Claire's life. There is a lot of sadness of not being loved. There is a genuine feeling of a lack of intimacy. And through Juliette Binoche's performance, which we'll delve a bit more into in a minute, we see this and it becomes something a lot more. Julie Prey's screenplay is a lot more layered than you'd anticipate. Also, I thought this film was going to be very straightforward. But it's not. There is so many twists and turns. By the 60-minute mark, you think this film is at an end, but it's not. There is more to come. And it becomes very juicy. It becomes like when you're reading a really crap magazine about people's lives. It just unfolded into something a lot more, and I found that very interesting, and it kept me going, and it piqued my interest even. Because normally by the 60-minute mark you're always a bit, yeah, I can see where this is going, but this actually carries on into something a lot more. Being a French film also, this has a lot of artistry. There is a pure craft within Safi Nabu's film. One point that I found very interesting was reflection. Reflection is something that is used throughout the whole process of the film, be it gazing through a screen and you see what she's typing or what she's looking for, or just reflecting through a mirror, through water. There are very nice shots of her. You just see her face in a bath and how this water is submerging her. It's just this interesting parallel of how we are looking at ourselves, just like I'm looking at myself now and thinking this is not how I actually talk all the time. But it's very poignant. And it sets this whole idea of what the film generally means. Tight framing is also another crucial part of the whole ambience of the film. We have a lot of close-up shots on Juliette Binoche's face. It's very tight, it's very mood-inducing. And this is how we gaze into her mindset, really, and to the mindset of the people around her. She changes her morals, she's changed the way she lives, she changes her attitude towards the people that live with her, and that is her children. And throughout this tight framing, this further understanding of a character really opens up. And also, going from this, colour palette changes quite a bit. There's a lot of blue, and that's more of a metaphor to be in this like dreamlike state of mind, I would say, where she is talking to her victim, I would say, or the fish, because she's catfishing, you know. And once she's outside of that bubble and she hasn't really spoken to that person for a while, it becomes a bit more grayer. You can sense this change of mood and tone. I really dig the whole concept of the way that the film works so much within its actual construction, but also what you see on the screen. I feel reflects what the screenplay and what the director was going for. Now, moving from this, obviously we have to talk about Juliette Binoche, because this is a very stellar performance from her. And while I thought in The Truth, the Croyez film, she wasn't so captivating in that one, and while I try to understand her emphasis of her with her relationship with her mother, it just doesn't really work. But this one, it's very similar to Let the Sunshine In, where I feel like Binoche is driving from her own personal life and how she has felt in some certain of her 50s. And this is where I find this performance to be a lot more poignant. The tears feel a lot more real. There is such sadness within the complexion of her face, and you can sense that this character building has become something that has really given her another breath of life. And being a literature professor also in this, I find the connections between, obviously, like Dangerous Liaisons and everything like that to be very good. And I feel like if Binoche wasn't in this film, probably it would just not work as much. And I think it's going to stick with me for a while. She's very hypersexualized at the moment between this and High Life and Let the Sunshine In. Like, the last couple of years, she has created very good middle-aged performances, and I think that's something that we lack in cinema. It's something that we don't always see that perspective from, but Binoche keeps going, and it's worth it for that. So, have you seen Who You Think I Am? Please let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm always interested to know what everybody thinks of these types of films, and just keep sharing the love of what you are actually watching. And obviously, go over to my letterbox. My lockdown list is over 50 films now, and I've ranked all of them from my first time watches. I'm having a blast watching a lot of films that I've always wanted to see but never had the time, so keep going over there. Obviously, hello new subscribers, hello old subscribers, thank you very much for your continued support. Please like, share, comment, whatever you want. Just spread the love, and I'll spread the love back, obviously. Obviously, all of my information is below if you want to follow me in any form of social media or any way. Always communicate with me, because I'm happy to talk to you guys about anything you want. Always here to have a lending ear or eyes, I guess. I don't know. But I hope you're all staying safe and taking care of each other. And obviously, as we say on this channel, day off, merci beaucoup, arigato, all the shins, and obviously, never change. Au revoir.